What's up, you guys? It's me, Emily G, and today in this video I am angry because I just spent like 30 minutes filming this exact same video, this exact same topic, and when I went to check the camera it was like mega zoomed in for some reason because I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. So I'm gonna film it again because I'm not quite tired yet, and I'm all heated from the last conversation I just had with nobody, so now I gotta tell you guys about it again. Yeah, before we get into it, let me know what you guys think about the background. I know there's not a lot going on, but I tried to fix it up pretty nice for you guys. I've got my photo here of these two people that I don't know because I haven't put a photo in there from the store yet. And then I've got this dice box. Yes, it's a box. I know, it's got some dice in it. Anyways, it was really cute. I got this from the thrift store, and the guy at the counter was, oh my god, he was so annoying. That's a story for another time. I have to rant about him, so maybe we'll talk about that at a different time. That really bothered me. And yeah, I'm trying to make the background fancy because I'd like to get into more of these videos with you guys. I feel like I'm getting more comfortable talking to the camera slash Mike's phone. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, like always, this is video number 2 of this commentary style, but I want to make it a thing where I crochet while I'm on camera because it's a little awkward just to sit here and ramble and get out of breath and like stare at the camera the whole time. So usually I'd be crocheting something, but I'm having some lady problems with the hormones and I'm getting like really bad like muscle cramps, but not in the uterus, like everywhere else. I don't know what it is. If you experience this, let me know because I feel like I'm going a little bit crazy and I feel like there's not much that my doctor will be able to do. But like the other day it was like my pinky finger, then it was my leg in like 2 different spots. Right now it's like under my arm. I don't know what in the world it is. I've got my Gatorade here. Cheers to you guys. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Probably a heating pad later on my underarm. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh. The neighbors are going at it again. Anyways, yeah. Hopefully, everything's good. Let me make sure you're filming. Okay, I'm back. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't having the same problem as last time because I'm not gonna do this a third time. I'm pretty tired now. As I was going to say before I talked about my arm hurting, I usually try to crochet in most of my videos, and then at the end of the video I show you guys what I'm making. So as I promised last video, I wanted to show you what I finished, sort of, which is this cute little tiny Louis Vuitton packaging purse kind of thing. It's with the Louis Vuitton packaging ribbon, which I was able to thrift, and it's supposed to look more like the actual bag that you put the products in as opposed to like a Louis Vuitton bag. But I've got the ribbon, I have foam panels inside of the like crocheted pouches here. I went with like a yellowy kind of color, but it was supposed to be more orange. I did what I could, and when I was first filming it had this little tiny Hershey Kiss in it, so I will have candy for later now. But if you're a crafter out there, let me know what else I should do. I feel like it's not complete yet, it's kind of blank. I was either gonna cut the ribbon into little letters and like spell out Louis Vuitton and put them on, but I'm having trouble cutting the ribbon. I don't know if I should use like felt or something. I feel like that's not gonna look right. And my backup idea was just to tie like a nice bow and have it drop down past the bag length or bag height. But then I couldn't figure out how to tie a bow without it falling apart. I tried looking up some tutorials. Let me know if there's one that you suggest. It's not going well. It's very blank right now, but it is cute so far. I like how the shape turned out. So yeah. Sorry, I'm hoping that Gatorade helps. But anyways, let's get into today's topic because I already did one of these rants, and you know what? I can do it again because I'm pretty upset. In fact, I vaguely recall cursing in the first video, which I might even do again. I might even do it again. So today we're talking about Grok, and if you're not familiar with Grok, it's, gosh, if you're on Twitter, I'm sorry, okay? This has to do with Twitter, right? So Grok is an AI interface that is on the Twitter slash X, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it Twitter because it's not dead naming if it's not a person. Sorry. It's Twitter. It will always be Twitter. Sorry, Elon. Not sorry. Yeah, Grok is like the AI interface that they use on the platform. And basically, premium members who embarrassingly pay like an extra fee or whatever get to use it on like a certain amount of posts. I don't know if it's limited or if they get it on all of the posts, but you can like at Grok and say, hey Grok, this post, is it real? You know, this, that. Basically, you could like open your eyes or Google it and you'd have like the exact or more accurate answer. Just do some research. Why are we as a people afraid of doing research anymore? I don't know what that's about. Anyways, I'm about to get angry in today's topic because people are using Grok on Twitter. In the long story short, to undress people. I was scrolling on Twitter a few days ago when I was on the bathroom, as I normally do, as we all do, let's be real. And I had seen a few posts blowing up because they were angry because they had seen photos where people would comment underneath the photo and say, hey Grok, can you put them in a bikini? And Grok, not being a person or not being something that can think or make a decision itself, because it's not a person, it's AI, just says, sure, here you go, and then puts the picture there, right? If somebody was asking an actual person to do that, they might think twice, because that's really disgusting, because it's targeting mainly women, right? But also children. It's putting them in bikinis. I don't think it can make them nude, but it'll put them in like really suggestive clothing or put them in a suggestive position. Some women, it's like, hey Grok, can you remove their hijab? And it's, wow, like wildly inappropriate, to say the very least, disgusting, deplorable stuff. And honestly, it feels like a crime. I really would be shocked to hear it's not. It's suggestive, almost borderline like CP, right? Like if we're being honest, because it's children on these platforms, on this picture, right? And vice versa. And I don't understand why we're not super angry about it. I had seen something where somebody said that Elon Musk had released a statement, and I went onto his Twitter page, sadly enough, to try to find the statement. And after scrolling past like 3 days worth of whatever kind of junk he posts, I decided that I really can't look for it because I don't want to be on this man's Twitter page. So I stopped looking for it. So if he did say something about it, I'm almost sure it wasn't even that helpful. Otherwise, he would have had it pinned and I would have found it. But he didn't, and I'm not going to bother looking for it. I don't think it would have helped. So in more recent news, I should say, Malaysia and Indonesia have banned Grok on Twitter, like the use of Grok. Now, I don't know how exactly that's going to play out. Forgive me, I'm not from Indonesia or Malaysia, nor have I lived there or anything, so I don't know if Twitter is like a big popular thing over there, or if Twitter's allowed over there. I don't know. Forgive me, but if somebody is and they could let me know, that would be very helpful. Because I'm curious to see, like, surely if it is, I'm not sure, I don't see this playing out very easily. How could you ban a part of the platform but not the actual platform? I'll be curious to see how this plays out. I have to imagine that the US would be one of the last countries to join in on this. I think I was already seeing stuff today about more countries hopping on this, which I think it's great. I think it's the bare minimum. I hate to be so tough, but truthfully, like, I don't have kids. If these were my kids on this platform, what do you do? You know what I mean? And I've seen horrible arguments where people are like, oh, just don't post your photos. And it's like, okay, like not easier said than done, right? We don't need social media, but at the same time, it's not realistic, right? People post photos of themselves, and it's not like they're wildly suggestive in the first place, right? It's just people at their desk at their office, or a mirror selfie, or you know, and some people wear different things than others. But to say, like, it's giving that same argument where it's like, oh, their outfit was like provoking someone to grape. You know, that's like, it kind of leaves like a gross taste in my mouth like that, where it's very victim blamey. It's like, oh, well, you posted the photo, so you were asking for Grok to take your clothes off. And it's like, excuse me? Like, where in the world did I say that? You know, show me. I just don't understand. It's not realistic. I'm trying to keep my thoughts on track here because I have a lot to say of this. It's A, not realistic. B, what about the photos that already exist out on the internet, right? I mean, they're on there. They're going to be out there forever, right? And you can pull all of them. Chances are AI can find them, right? There's nothing you have out there that AI is not going to be able to find. At least, you know, for now, but, you know, AI will get better in the future. It's about to get a whole lot scarier. And this isn't to talk about either the children in these photos who are being subjected to this are not necessarily the ones posting photos of these children, right? Like, there's a lot of parents on the internet that post their kids in photos because, you know, oh, here's a pretty picture of my family. And you have a range of it, right? From like, here's my daughter and, you know, she's blurred, or here she is, you know, like, we're at her birthday party. Or you have like, oh, here's a bunch of family content and I'm you know, exploiting them and this, that. And so there's a range of things, right? But at the end of the day, people are using Grok for any of this. And it's not up to these children on the internet to have the wherewithal to know what AI is, to know what Grok is, to be familiar with the rules of the platform, to say, no, mom, no, dad, don't post me. Like, this is just, people are being so unrealistic about this, and it bothers me because there's clearly a demographic out there of people that are using this, and there's clearly a demographic out there of people that are being victimized by this. And it's, at the end of the day, it's women and it's children. That's what it is. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sure there are men out there, I guess, who are being put in bikinis, but like, to be honest, there's a very clear demographic here. And so I don't know. Sorry to keep having to take breaks. I'm trying to drink some Gatorade, so hopefully that'll help my muscle, which it's getting a little bit better, probably because like my body's warming up because I'm angry. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I'm happy to see these other countries are going to start banning it. I am curious to see how that happens. But beyond banning, I feel like that is kind of the bare minimum here, right? I feel like what I really want to see happen is I want to see people in trouble. Like, to be honest, maybe that's who I am as a person, but like I need to see some people catch some penalties for this, because there are still people out there that are going to find a way to do this or do that, and people need to be held accountable, right? I don't believe in cancellations. I believe in being held accountable. And so, say for example, like, say I go on the street and I look at somebody and I take a picture of them, and we're in public and I take a picture, and then I go on my phone and I edit them into a bikini. I take a picture of their child. I edit the child into a suggestive pose with, you know, inappropriate clothing on. That is a crime, is it not? Am I though? Maybe I'm wrong here. That sounds to me like CP. It sounds to me like you're putting someone in a sexual scenario, right? Digital picture or otherwise, without their consent, right? And they can't consent. A lot of these people are minors who are being having this done to them on the internet. If someone did that, you know, in real life off of Twitter, that would be a crime. And so why is it that people online aren't being held accountable? Is it because it involves AI? Is it because it involves Grok, who's not a person, who can't decide? How come we don't go after the people who invented this? How come we don't go after the people who are managing this and running this? I think it's wild, right? You can be mad at the person who decided to make the picture, but you should also maybe make it a little harder to get the tool. We've seen this theme before. Hasn't worked out well either. We as a nation here have a pattern of not fixing the problem. So, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else I had talked about in the video that I just filmed of this and got deleted, because I'm like mixing up my thoughts here. Oh my god, okay, it took like so long for me to think of that. I have the worst brain fog ever. I don't know what it is. What I was going to say, which I don't believe I've said it in this filming of this topic, is that I have, unfortunately, with AI, seen a lot of people who don't really understand how it works, and so they think they're protecting themselves, but they're not doing that, and it's really sad to see. It's just like, if you're my age and you were on Facebook like 10 years ago in high school, you had probably come across a few posts here and there, copy and paste, or just reposted or typed otherwise, that was something along the lines of, I so-and-so am posting this and I do not give Facebook permission to use my data or steal my pictures, or whatever it was, right? Like a permissions kind of post, junk, really, right? And I had seen a lot of those recently on Twitter, and it's so sad. It's like we really didn't learn much from the whole Facebook era thing, I guess. And I know it's not the same age range of people on, you know, those two different platforms, but posting something like that on Twitter is not going to stop Twitter from using your stuff or letting Grok interact with it. I believe that you have to go to your settings. And what I did is I went to my settings. I'll try to put it on screen, whichever way it goes. I went to my settings and I typed in Grok, and I found like 3 different buttons you can enable or disable. And it says, you know, like allow Grok to interact with my photos, allow Grok to interact with my comments, something about saving messages from Grok. I had tried to I disable all 3. It would only let me disable the top 2. I'm guessing that's because I don't have Grok and I don't have any messages with Grok. Because like I'm a real person, sorry. So yeah, I would recommend hitting those buttons if you haven't already. Even if you don't think you have any photos out there or posts, I think it's just better safe than sorry at this point. And hopefully it sends a message to people out there that we're really not interested in Grok. After all, you can just Google some of this. We have the power, right? It's not just books anymore. You have this all at the touch of your fingertips, and I don't want to sound like your dad, but like, please, you know, like do a little research, right? We don't need AI telling us wrong information in 2 seconds when we can look it up and take 5 seconds, you know? So I don't know. I would recommend definitely disabling those options. And if you see any posts out there that are doing this to people, please report them. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like incite shame on people, but like these people have to be stopped. It's terrible what they're doing, and the chances are if you've seen them do it to one post, they're probably doing it to a lot of different posts and a lot of different people who do this kind of thing, right? Like digitally undress people and God knows what they're doing. I don't want to think about it. Usually it's not like once or twice, right? It's a pattern of behavior. So I don't want to sound like a squeaky wheel. Let me know if you have different thoughts below, or if you have anything you want to add. I do want to get a conversation started because I'm pretty upset about this. I feel like I saw something today that said, it was a quote online, as a society, we're not angry enough, or something along that lines. And I feel like we do move on pretty quickly. We need to get angry about this. It's disgusting. So please let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys in another video. Let me know if there are any topics you want me to cover, and I will try to do my best to research, or I won't cover it. So yeah, it's been good, and I'll see you on the next one.